This is the Coin It Podcast, sponsored by VCD Auctions. Have fun like a collector. Think like an investor. Whether you're just a hobbyist or looking for an alternative investment with rare coins, paper money, NFTs, or art, your host, Charles Jonath, is covering it all. Now your host, Charles Jonath.
All right, we have AJ with AB Custom Silver. AJ, man, I've been trying to make this happen for such a long time. I never forget, like I met you, I think it was Chicago, and then
Yes.
I seen one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, like in the silver world. Like literally, there's giant sized T-Rex, all hand done, all pure silver. Insanity, man. You're like a true artist when it comes to the silver stuff. Like, how did you get into all this? And like, do you have an artist background? Like, how? I'm gonna put pictures up there so people can really see like what you do and your work, because it's just incredible. Like, you have a real talent for this stuff. And I know you were into bullion and that kind of thing, but you took like bullion and brought it to a whole artistry level, like status. So how did you get into all this, man?
Well, like you said, I was into bullion and I was collecting coins at a young age, like going to the bank to get Morgans for $1 back in the day.
Right.
And so in 2018, I saw somebody do like a simple little pour, and I was like, well, that's kind of cooler than looking at it around. So I wanted to see if I could learn how to do it. And then 2019, I was getting pretty good at it. And I decided, if I'm going to do this, I kind of want to be the best. And I just keep pushing myself every time to get better and better. And then 2022 is when I decided to come out with the full 15-inch T-Rex skeleton.
Wow, man. So you have like no artist training or anything like that? You just got into pouring and then
No.
you started getting more elaborate with the technique?
Yeah, so I was actually doing construction. And I was working all day, and then I'd work until like 3:00 in the morning doing silver work, teaching myself new tricks and how to do different things.
Wow.
Until my wife and mother-in-law told me it's either silver work or construction, but I couldn't do both.
Yeah.
So I picked silver work.
That's great. Yeah, man. It's not sustainable to do both. I mean, just to get good at that, man. And the fact that you had a full-time job and you would come home and stay like into the wee hours of the night, training yourself how to do this stuff, building a new skill, then getting up in the morning, working physical construction all day. Dude, that's incredible.
I was detailing in my bathroom, sitting on a 5-gallon bucket in our apartment when we had 3 kids. Like, it was
a madhouse.
Yeah, it definitely was not some fancier organization type of deal.
Wow.
But the stuff I was producing, people thought I had a full shop. And I was like, dude, I'm detailing that in the bathroom on a 5-gallon bucket. So I'm trying to stay quiet. Like, that's just all detail work by hand.
How did you learn how to do that stuff? Were you welding?
Taught myself.
No,
I was doing framing.
Interesting. So did you learn from books, or how did you teach yourself exactly?
I had a friend that would tell me how to, like, he told me how to pour. And then other than that, like all the detail work, it was just me learning how to do it. Like, if I can get the item to look pretty close to what I want, I can shape it or add fur or carve it how I want it to look. It's just a lot of learning.
That's fascinating.
Countless all-nighters.
Can you draw at all? Are you like
a little bit?
Good at
I'm
drawing?
not. A little bit. Like when I was a kid, I used to do sceneries of like landscapes or animals and stuff. But other than that, I didn't really do much drawing. I did some animation drawing back then.
Really? Well, because the detail in this, man, you're like sculpting out of silver.
Yeah, it's turned into a lot of 3D designing, and then being able to 3D design this type of stuff. And then like the lions that I make, those are all sand casted, and I carve all the fur by hand, and also the deer are all carved by hand, like all the fur and everything afterwards. It's hours of sitting there with a little Dremel tool to carve all the fur. Like, yeah, I waste a lot of silver carving it all, but I'm also able to like scoop it up and I send it off to a refinery.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like it's way beyond just pouring. I mean, like there's guys that do like their own pouring, and then they make silver art and they pour bars and other things and they put their stamp on it. That's one thing, and it really, that in itself is its own art. But this is like real art. This is like traditional art, traditional. I would say traditional modern art, but the materials that you're using is there's no, it's pure silver, which is crazy.
Well, the T-Rex is sterling.
Oh, okay. So the T-Rex is sterling,
it's pretty close to pure. The reason it's sterling is only because the ribs and like the tail, if those were pure silver, like 999, it's such a soft metal.
Yeah.
It just instantly bends. Like it would have no strength to it at all. But when I poured it in a sterling, it's only a 7.25% difference which is like nothing for silver value wise. Wow. But that little bit of copper gives it so much more strength that it actually is able to hold up to somebody holding it. Because I don't remember if you saw at the show, but a lot of people wanted to touch it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, well, it's an attention grabber. I mean, I seen it immediately. Your eyes drawn to it because of the scale of it. And then when you go up and you see all the detail in it, and then you realize it's made out of silver, it's just, it blew my mind, literally. I had never seen anything like that in the silver world, you know?
Yeah, I wanted to come out with something nobody's ever seen. Something people didn't know could be done.
Bro, you did it, though.
I appreciate it,
incredible.
Man.
So like I've seen some of your other pieces, and like you're working on smaller scale stuff too now, even for Halloween and all that with the witches and stuff you sent me. Like, so you must be getting a high premium for this stuff because it's a lot of work. I would imagine that's like man hours to do that and sit there and carve all that stuff.
The T-Rex was ridiculous. We're talking hundreds of hours.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
I'm going to guess that's why you've never seen it before, because nobody's wanted to spend that much time on one piece.
Well, that's the thing. I think you've now crossed the threshold, and you're an artist now. You're not like bullion guy anymore. You're not a poor artist. You're an artist.
I try to explain, like, people that paint, they use painting. I'm an artist that uses silver. It's just my material that I use for my creations.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. No,
the smaller items, like the witches and stuff, I don't charge like 1.5 ounces, and I'm charging $5 a piece.
So you cut out there. Can you just repeat that really quick?
I said the witches are like 1.5 ounces, and I'm only charging like $75 a piece for them. They're not a super high premium. They're a 3D designed that is actually like a 2D style flat bar. So I'm coming out with more 2D flat bar stuff that still has a cool design. That was all 3D designed. And then I print them out, and then I'm able to reproduce them in silver pretty efficiently to where they come out really nice every time.
So you use like a mold as a base, and then you etch in all the detail, right?
Yeah, like I clean it all up and I get rid of all the nasty stuff. But yeah, I have a mold that I use in the sand for a sand cast mold.
Wow. That's pretty incredible.
So all the designing work is done beforehand, and then you're able to 3D print it.
Yeah.
So you do all the design work on the computer with the bars. That's the witches and
with the bars. Got it.
Yeah. But the 3D items, like the full 3D items, you have to do a lot of detail work with it by hand. Like you can catch some of this stuff, but anything that has fur, you're never going to be able to catch it all and match it up. So you have to do it. If you want it to look right, you have to do it all by hand.
Got it. So yeah, I mean, I guess that gives you your base, and then you just fill in all the detail. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. But dude, that's crazy. So like, how you been really selling this stuff? Like it's mainly online, or I know you've been starting to do shows now, right? Just to showcase
shows was the first time this year as I started doing shows. I wasn't really sure if a show would do good or not because everybody's just used to bars and stuff, but
right.
everybody's like freaking out, stuff they never seen before. That's what keeps me wanting to do crazier items.
That's incredible.
Most of it's all online, either Facebook, Instagram, or my website.
Got it. So you've been selling pieces, right? Actively, just online.
Yeah, this is my full-time business.
Wow. Do you ever think about doing every day, like a full showing, like almost like in a gallery or anything like that, like in an art gallery?
I think my T-Rex needs to be in an art gallery.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think so a few years ago, I went to a glass blower and I was talking to him, and he looked at some of my items that I made. They were an elk, a deer, and a moose. And he said that it was the best work he's seen in 30 years. The only issue was they were super small, and in the art world, it had to be something bigger.
Yeah.
So been working on an item that was bigger, but also wasn't going to weigh 100,000 ounces.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's why I did the T-Rex. Because it was a skeleton, so I knew that the bones would be small, but it's bigger because it's 15 inches in length compared to being 1 or 2 inches.
Right.
So I feel like the T-Rex would be definitely I'm going to want to put it in an art gallery. We were talking about putting it in one of your things.
Yeah, in an auction. Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. I think it's the happy medium. It's something that could still be pretty easily transported or shipped, but it's nothing that, it's not, anything like you've seen in the traditional bullion world or a poured art bar world or anything like that. Or, yeah.
Yeah, even the legs, I have it designed to like where the legs are actually in a form as if it would have been running and attacking. One leg's in, that's pushing back, and the one that's up in front is actually bowed out a little bit because he'd have his body in between him, so the leg wouldn't be able to be right up against him. So
yeah, the position of it looks like he's going to start sprinting. That's pretty incredible, man. That's definitely a piece for that. Do you ever think you could do something like a really large scale size?
I could if I had some bigger machinery. I am only one person,
right?
So if I can grow the business into getting some bigger machinery, I can do bigger pieces.
Wow, that would be incredible, man. Then that's some of that stuff. Like if you're able to really create something cool like that, I mean, that could be a big,
we could make it into like 3-foot T-Rex,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine having like something with a large scale that like fills up a room that's like that? Oh my God, that would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
All made out of silver like that?
Mm-hmm.
It would be worth a fortune. I mean, like that's the thing. But, I think that needs to happen over time because it's something unique even in the art world, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking one of my sculptures. Have you seen it? The double seahorse one. It stands about 8 or 9 inches tall, but it's a double seahorse that I created, and it's all out of 999 silver. And I've been thinking about learning how to do a bunch of jewelry embedding and embed stones in it, and have it with diamonds and rubies and stuff inside of it, so it makes it completely different.
Yeah, that would be pretty incredible. Like if I could see that, like a seahorse.
Yeah, it's a double seahorse. So it's 2 seahorses. I named it Love at Sea because they're intertwined together.
Got it. Oh, that's cool. I mean, out of all the different ones, like the T-Rex one, I think it really stands out because of the scale of it. But it'd be interesting to see how the seahorse would look in the same scale.
Yeah, the seahorse is it's about, I want to say 12 or 11 to 12 inches. It's pretty decent size.
Wow. So are you going to put up an actual like official website?
I do have an official website.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What is it? Let the audience know and stuff like that so they could look you up.
It's abcustomsilverllc.com.
abcustomsilverllc.com. Very cool.
Yes.
And do you have e-commerce on there? You sell online, or is it just a showroom?
Yeah, I sell right through my website, or also through Facebook or Instagram, or also on eBay.
Wow, very cool, man. On eBay too. Have you tried that new app, Whatnot?
I have not. I keep seeing all the people coming to Whatnot at the
Yeah,
coin shows, but I have not tried it yet.
they've been seem like they're hitting the ground like really aggressively, coming out and then having all this like marketing and all that. I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that there's a competitor to eBay, but I'm still curious. I haven't tried to play with it yet.
Yeah, no, honestly, like I said, I'm a one-man band on this part. So I stay pretty busy with trying to do all this, and I got 6 kids. Like,
Yeah, you got
I
your
want
hands
to,
full over there.
yeah, 6 kids and God knows, godly amount of animals, plus trying to create all this stuff. It's another app just to sell on is not really something I'm looking for right now, but they do look
Yeah.
like they're trying to push it for a lot of people. I see them talking a lot. I don't really
No, yeah,
know.
definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, no, but I hear you. You got your hands full over there. That's
You met a
crazy.
few of them.
Yeah, I did. I got to meet your kids and your wife.
Hmm.
No, absolutely, dude. It was fun. We had fun. Like that was a good show in Chicago.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm doing the Baltimore show
Are you?
next.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's in
Yeah.
a few weeks.
Yeah, end of the month. I'm not gonna be there. I don't do that show, but
Are you coming to the fun show?
yeah, oh, absolutely. So I'll definitely see you there for sure. And then,
Yeah.
I definitely want to scale back on you about the T-Rex thing. That's one thing. I'll also too. I'm gonna put pictures in the podcast because like people got to just see this work for what it is. It's just incredible. And
Yeah, and I
that's one.
definitely, when we were talking about it, I wanted to like show it off. The best way it can be showed off because it's not just a piece of poured silver. It's definitely an art piece that needs to be put into the views of people that are into art and that can show that silver truly can be a real piece of art.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, and then how much you think of your time a day is into actually making the pieces? Because that's like the majority of your day, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like probably 6 days a week, 10
Wow.
hours a day.
Wow. Just on
Takes a
the
lot of time.
just on the making part.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. So what's on the horizon for you? What are your plans? Like what do you want to do over the next 6 months or a year?
Well, first would be to buy a house if the interest rates come down. And I say that because I need to build a shop because I'm outgrowing my working area
Yeah, you need a
that I
new
have right
facility.
now. Yeah. And so I don't want to build a shop here, but I want to build a shop and then eventually get into some crazier designs. I got some 3D designs like the witch is like a pinup style that I showed
Hmm.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm gonna do like a pinup style 2D flat pour for every holiday. So I
Oh,
got the
wow.
Christmas one. I got the Christmas one coming up because they were really popular for the witch. So
Yeah.
Christmas one is going to be like a girl elf with like some presents,
Hmm.
and then we'll see from there for that type of thing. I have a smaller T-Rex skeleton that I want to try to create, but this one at the size it is going to be a one of one for right now.
Huh.
I don't think I'm going to go much bigger than that because that thing I have hundreds and hundreds of hours put into it.
Yeah. Well, it would take you a really long time for sure. It would be you'd have to dedicate the time to it. But
Yeah.
I definitely think those holiday pieces will do really well. I mean, people always like that stuff for the holidays.
Yeah. Also, I'm coming out with so it's going to be a pendant, but like your mother, father, and children for the family of life tree style.
Mm.
So like the father and mom are going to be like trees, and then I'm going to have it to where they can have all the different kids. So even if you're a single mother with 3 kids or 4 kids or 5 kids, you can get that.
Hmm.
Or also you can um for the fathers that are just
Wow.
the fathers can get it also with their kids, or they can have the mother, father.
That'd be cool.
So
Do you-
it'll be completely custom.
Nice, nice. Do you ever commission pieces? Like someone comes to you and say, "Hey, AJ, make me this, and I'll pay you X amount of dollars," and then you just work out a fee.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah, I just got done doing 10 India gods for this gentleman that has a bunch of people that are praying to the India god out of silver with the lotus.
wow, okay, really cool.
Yeah, I just did 10 custom ones of those for him.
Wow. How did those come out?
They came out beautiful. I'll have to show you.
Oh, dude, yeah, you got to send me pictures of that. That would be great.
Yeah, I definitely will. It's so crazy detailed, the necklace and everything, sitting on a lotus with 2 lotuses in her hands.
So let me ask you, do you put your name on these pieces?
I'm actually working on a stamp being made. I do a COA. That's all metal laser engraved COAs, but I haven't put my like stamp on any items because a lot of my work is so detailed and takes so much time. Like I just spent forever doing all the detailing work all the way around the whole item, and then to stamp it, I feel like I'm just ruining it.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But
It's
people
either
are gonna
making it
wanna
super
know-
shiny.
People are gonna want to know like how you authenticate it. Is it like, is this a real? Is this an AJ original or?
They all come with the COA. I am working on that part though, with the stamping to see which one is mine type of deal. And I'm actually having a small stamp made for other type of items to be stamped. Some of them I will stamp and some of them I won't, because like the bigger pieces, the ones that are more statue style stuff, I'll have a stamp for them.
Right.
I'm still waiting for my stamp to be made.
Yeah. So, but right now you're just doing like certificate of authenticity, you were saying?
Yep. They're all metal laser engraved ones. So they're like super high quality.
Got it. Interesting.
And
so wait, hold on. What do you exactly mean by that? You don't have a physical paper. It's like engraved into the silver, the COA?
no, metal. So instead of it being a paper COA, it's actually metal that's laser engraved. So it's a high quality COA. So they're not the paper. Yes, everyone comes with a piece.
Oh my God.
Even if you buy a $50 piece, you still get a metal COA that's laser engraved.
That's so cool. What kind of metal you use?
It's like an aluminum type of card.
That's so cool.
I think, or something. It's a black card. Except for my sterling silver. I use black for 999 because of my logo. But then for the sterling, I use blue, so you can't get them mixed up.
Oh, cool. Okay, so that's how like the black COA will be, the black card will be for pure, and then the blue is going to be for sterling. Nice.
Yeah, and the only reason I do stuff in sterling is a lot of lost wax type of items pour way better in sterling than they do in 999. You get a lot of fails, and I don't like imperfections at all.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. Plus, also sometimes items need strength, like dinosaurs need strength, or like the lotus I did out of sterling for the god, because the little lotus flowers on their hands kept breaking off because it's just a very thin little piece that shows 2 fingertips holding the flower. And right at that point, they kept breaking off, but I poured it into sterling and it gave it the strength to actually not break.
Wow. That's great. Have you ever tried working with any other precious metals?
I've used gold. I did an 8-ounce gold dragon once.
Really? How did it come out?
Yeah. Perfect.
How
I'll have to get pictures of it
though, because like gold's a super soft metal.
Yeah, actually, that was the very first time I ever worked with gold. I poured 8 ounces of it, and I've never worked with gold before.
So
what
carat
fun.
Was it?
24 karat.
Shut up! Really? 24 karat?
Yeah, 8-ounce gold dragon, 24 karat gold.
Wow! And you had no problem. Well, it's super. I know it's very soft gold. It's like super malleable. Like it must be easy to fashion it more, I guess.
I'm not 100% sure because I don't have a whole lot of gold experience. Like I've poured some of those double-sided pirate coins that I've done. I think you saw them in silver. I've poured some of them out of pure gold. And then the 8-ounce dragon I did was out of pure gold. But those were I've only done it like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a lot of experience with it, like to tell you the difference between the golds. I've never done
Mm-hmm.
anything else besides 24 karat gold.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely different than working with silver, I would imagine. No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot scarier. You know, a gram of gold is a whole lot more expensive than a gram of silver.
Yeah, right. The slippage you're worried about.
And also, when you're filing stuff down, you got to save all that gold.
Yeah, all the dust, right?
Hmm
That's
Silver, you're like, oh, there's a gram of silver, whatever, it's a waste. And gold, you're like, dude, that's like $60.
yeah, exactly. I know. Crazy. You have to be careful of that. But I guess you put some little tarp thing down or whatever that catches it,
Yeah, I just
right?
put some paper down and use a lot of hand
Paper.
files or hand saws and hand files instead of like a Dremel tool like
Got
you
it.
use with silver. I use a lot of hand stuff with gold.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's better, I think. That's good, man. That you're a robot over there, man. You're cranking stuff out left and right. I can't believe it. It's a lot of
And
work,
then
man. You're one of the hardest working guys I know.
I appreciate that. I'm also thinking about it too. Like I got
All
all
the
these
time,
ideas in
right?
my head. It's ridiculous. My wife even goes to stores and she'd be like, she came out with a great idea. She just called me up yesterday. She's like, I got a great idea. What about doing a tombstone, like just the tombstone style, like just a tombstone, not calling it
Mm-hmm.
tombstone, but like a headstone,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a laser engraving, like Chucky or Freddy Krueger or like one of the
Oh
horror
yeah.
guys' faces on the tombstone and putting RIP and then the date that they came, like the date that their movie came out.
Oh wow, that'd be kind of cool. So how would that you bring up another question. How would something like that work? Do you have to pay a licensing fee on that?
I would have
Or
no idea.
or is that fair game?
I have no idea.
You don't know.
I'm kind of thinking,
So
until you get a
let them
cease and
yeah,
desist.
let them
Like,
send you a cease and desist, right?
and yeah, so I was talking to MK Bars about that, right, Mike? And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, until you get a cease and desist, who cares? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
It might be good. Like if you're loud enough and you're making enough attention, like it's maybe a good thing. People are paying attention.
Yeah. I talked to some German mint people when we were at that Chicago show
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about, they saw my Monopoly pieces that I made, the individual ones,
Uh-huh.
and they have a license for Monopoly. And they were talking about getting in contact with me and having me make them 1,000 sets.
Oh wow, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Because
All
they got
right.
their license for the Monopoly pieces and everything.
Got it. Yeah. That's what
So
they
that might be
do.
something
They
fun.
do these licensing deals, but then they do really well because if you could get like a good coin or a piece and market it based on some either an athlete or a profession, whatever it is, movie, anything pop culture, I think it's
Yeah.
it's always a big sale. So
Yeah. And like Freddy's always been a big sell and Chucky's always been a big
oh yeah,
sell.
I mean, I grew up
You
on
know,
Freddy Krueger. It's a miracle I'm not a
yeah.
serial killer.
My wife's still scared to death of Chucky and she hasn't seen it since she was a little girl.
Really? Oh
Like
my
I made
God.
I made a silver Chucky, right? And she saw it and freaked out. And what? Me and him are not friends. You
Yeah,
cannot be
right.
making this stuff here. I thought that was so
Imagine
funny.
imagine having the name Chucky.
Yeah.
That's what I had to
Oh,
do. Oh,
oh
like
my
the
goodness.
doll? No, yeah, like the doll.
Did you dress up as him as a little kid?
What?
Did you dress up as him as a little kid?
No, but my name's Charles, Charles Chucky.
Yeah, I know. So I thought,
So
I
yeah,
thought it'd be good. You should have dressed up like him.
I know, right? And I
You
don't
should
have
do it this year.
no red hair though. I gotta get red hair.
They can make spray paint for that.
Yeah, probably. Spray paint my dark brown hair.
And my kids, I got 2 redhead boys.
Really?
I
Do
should
you?
dress them up as Chucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would work. That's a good costume for. Freddy.
Oh, mom would be so scared. That's gonna be worth it.
She was like, "Oh no, I don't want to see it. Put on something else."
Yep.
That's great though, man. All right. Well, so I'm really looking forward to seeing new pieces from you, and definitely we're gonna put up all the different pieces. I'll try and put them in the lower third so the audience can see. But
All
thank
right.
you for coming on, man. This has been great. I know we've been trying to make it happen for some time, and we finally got it done. But I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited I got to talk to you, man.
Yeah, it's great talking to you again. Can't wait till we hang out again. I got to come to Vegas.
You do, man. You got an open invitation. I'm there. We're always working, doing stuff. So when you're done
I'm
with your work,
probably
I
going to
could
be
come.
there either in.
Wait, what were you saying? You cut out.
I was saying I'll probably be there in like February or March.
And okay, all right, that'd be cool. Perfect. I'm looking forward to it.
I like that. All right, man. Can't wait.
All right, take it easy, AJ. It was a pleasure.
You too.
Later.
Bye.